Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and we are back with more Doctor Who Flux reactions, this time onto episode number 4. Last time we had a very timey-wimey kind of episode, the Doctor and co caught in a massive time storm, travelling all the way throughout various kind of time streams, the Doctor going back into her own time stream, and specifically back to the point where she was the fugitive Doctor with various members of the division by her side, actually helping her catch the Ravagers, Swarm and Azure. So we had the fugitive Doctor back, Jo Martin as Ruth back, as the fugitive Doctor, and not Ruth, but she was back and everything. So then we got like a little bit a little bit more of her history, and like knowing she actually worked back then for the division on like one final mission to capture the Ravagers and everything. So and then actually prefixing the Mori back onto their pedestals within the Temple of Atropos too. So she's been there before, she's done that whole thing before, she's been there and done that, so that was a cool little tidbit to see. And she even was with the Carvanista too. I think the Carvanista in her memory had actually, like from 13's memory, replacing his face and body with Dan's, but she had actually worked with the Carvanista before, so that was a cool thing to see. So she was there, and I think, Yaz and Vinda were there, but I'm still unsure as to whether they were actually there or if it was actually other members of the division whose faces have been replaced by memories more familiar to 13 to help her process it or something. So they were there, so the Doctor has fought Swarm and Azure before, and she has defeated them before too, so that's a good enough kind of sign. Dan was taken back. Dan and Yaz were taken back through their own memories, but I think Yaz's one was actually altered and really incorrect, and she didn't really recognize the details a whole lot either, like her being with her sister and her being in the car with like another police co-worker and everything, and in her one, the Angels had actually managed to infiltrate the time storm and actually had managed to latch on to Yaz too. So I think Yaz was just constantly on the run from Weeping Angels, from in Wing Mirror visions and from video games, and in the end it actually managed to manifest from her phone and into the TARDIS. So then we literally ended the episode off with the Angels having the phone box, so that's in it. There's a very interesting cliffhanger, so very excited to see how we lead into the new episode, hopefully with like some Weeping Angels doing some cool stuff in this one too, so that was fun. Dan saw Diane, and she's now inside Passenger. She was actually absorbed by Passenger, so she's in the Passenger body that Swarm and Azure have kidnapped and they're using for their own evil plans and everything, so she is in there. So hopefully Swarm doesn't end up touching Passenger, because I think he's touched Passenger before with the fugitive Doctor's mission, and he actually managed to vaporize that body, and the Passenger bodies are just like essentially biological Time Lord science. Like they can actually store and host many millions of other kind of lives and souls inside them, and then if Swarm kills one of them, then he ends up actually killing many millions of lives. So hopefully he doesn't actually end up killing Diane too. So they've got Diane under their grips. And then, yeah, we met Belle as well. We met Belle, and she is carrying Vinda's baby. Her and Vinda are together. We don't know if they're married or anything, but they are together. And she is pregnant with Vinda's child. So she's on the run from Daleks and Cybermen and Sontarans, and she's trying to find him. And then he went back home to find her, but she's not there. And then it's a whole thing. So they are like one of the new love stories coming into Flux too. So that's really cool to see. So yeah, hopefully we actually get some interesting stuff on all ends of the kind of companion spectrum, and we can actually see where the story takes us now. I think I'm presuming / hoping this new one is going to be the Weeping Angel thing, because I think I can't really imagine you go into the next episode without carrying on directly from the Weeping Angel threat. So hopefully this next one is actually like a Weeping Angel centric episode. It'll be really cool to see them back. So yeah, the episode's about to start. Just watching the BBC One live stream. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can remember from the last episode. So on to the reaction for the next one, for this one. So yeah, this one will just be the fair use version, as you guys will know by now. But the full length version, the full length one, will be over on Patreon. You just need your own copy of the episode to sync it up, and then it will be good to go. So yeah, I guess I will see you when the reaction starts.
Not anymore. The end begins again now, and there will be no escape. Not this time. Not for her.
Is she possessed?
Not for you.
Is she possessed? Oh, she was possessed.
The angel has the TARDIS.
The angel has the wait, is she possessed by Weeping Angels? Village of the Angels. Wow, okay.
Alonso!
Yeah, don't blink. Well, I mean, if one of them blinks, it's okay, right? As long as one of them is looking... Yeah. Blink. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh.
My colleagues will assist you. Assist them while I don't wander off.
Does she wander
Yeah,
off?
don't wander off. That's my job.
It's a very flat team structure.
Claire looks exactly like a classic companion. Claire looks exactly like a classic companion. I can't exactly place my finger on who, but she's dressed exactly like one of the classic companions. Yeah, I don't know if that's intentional. It may as well be.
Professor Jericho.
Professor Jericho.
Eustachius.
Eustachius.
Scrabble. 3,300 triple word score.
Miss Brown sketches what she calls a premonition.
She sketches that she's been sketching TARDIS and the Angel. So is she some kind of like clairvoyant? Is she a clairvoyant? A clairvoyant? Please, just for the sake of that pun, please tell me she's a clairvoyant. Tell me she is a clairvoyant. Please, I beg of you, please, Claire, be a voyant. Be a clairvoyant, please. Please. Oh, there's an angel behind her. Oh no, she has angel wings. Oh, she is the angel. She has angel wings. I can't get over how good clairvoyant is. I actually can't. Can't get over how good that is. R.I.P. 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 dude. Oh yeah, the angel didn't even move. Just like, boop. Yeah, going back to weeping now. Yeah. And Peggy, that's not Peggy. No, she witnessed it though.
Why would you need to know anything?
To help find her.
You might want to talk to her, so any information on what she's like.
She's a 10-year-old girl. How much is there to know?
Jeez, no wonder you haven't found her yet. Oh no, the cloud's coming in. Screw you, weather. Screw you, weather. Oh, it got. Did it get them? Did it get them?
Look at what you've been through.
Oh, it's Neil from In-Betweeners. It's Neil. We had Jay last season. Yeah, I think it was last season or the season before that. Probably season before that, yeah.
I'm Namaka, Ost Parvespo.
Namaka. I'm just gonna write Namaka.
Belle.
Quarter of a sun, third of a moon, half a planet.
Half a planet.
Everyone.
Quarter of a sun. A quarter of a sun. A quarter of a sun. A quarter of a star. Yeah, third of a moon.
Jericho, wait!
Oh god, angels everywhere. Don't you dare blink. Don't you fucking blink.
Back to the distant past and feast on the quantum energy of your unlived life.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Professor.
After what you've just seen, that's ridiculous, really. The cursed village.
Everyone in the village disappears on the 21st of November 1967. It also happened in 1901.
1901.
Everyone in the village vanished.
So it happens sequentially? Or... Oh, there's angel dust in her eyes. Oh no. God, she's crying angel dust. You gotta tell the doctor about that. You're gonna want to tell the doctor about that. God damn it. Oh, and they've been sent back. They've been sent back. Chickens? Chickens in the kitchen? A kitchen of chickens?
How do we get back?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Do you have any way of contacting the doctor? Or like leaving a message? Leaving a message, because then assuming you're in the same village, if you leave a message in a hidden and enclosed place, then she can find it.
The angels are here too.
The angels are in this. Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, they have no trouble being sent back in time continuously.
Come and get you again.
They put thoughts in my head.
The angels are telepathic. Great. That's exactly what we need. With all their powers, that's exactly what we need.
It used to be further down the road. It's got closer.
Whoa! Oh, that is a creepy visual. Oh, that is such a freaky visual. I've had nightmares about this visual. I've had nightmares about this visual, where the world just ends at like a road. I've had nightmares about this visual, like dreams and nightmares about this. That is so freaky. Oh my god, that's so freaky. That is so freaky. That is actually so freaky.
Look.
Yeah. The world has been broken off. Just. Oh my god. Yeah, oh, you can't touch it either. You can't touch it. So any kind of contact. Yeah, any contact. If you touch it, if it touches you. Oh? 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 Okay, that was ominous. That last part was ominous. Oh yes, oh that's such a cool thing. That's such a cool effect. Yeah, just scrunch it up, burn it, burn that shit. Burn it, oh yeah, salt and burn it, salt and burn it, salt and burn. Oh, she's turning into an angel.
You had a premonition of an angel in your mind and now it's living there.
She's a clairvoyant, she's clairvoyant.
The machines will record any activity. Please, this is unprecedented.
A Time Lord entering a human's mind.
That goes beyond anything before research.
Oh, he really is a scientist, you can say that much.
I need your help, Doctor.
A weeping angel needs my help.
What?
I don't think so.
This human is my sanctuary. I
Sanctuary?
identified her as my hiding place from others of my kind.
You're hiding from other angels?
Those angels. A rogue weeping angel.
That's a new one. We've had a rogue Dalek, a rogue
In the
Cyberman.
mind of a human.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The angel
Now
that
a
you
rogue
sent
angel?
Sent her back to the 60s.
They are an extraction squad.
An extraction.
The Division.
Weeping angels work for the Division. Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, weeping angels working for the Division. Oh god. Azure. No. Why is she here? No way. Why is Azure here? What's she gonna do? She can't be saving them.
We've already provided transport for many who have come here. We can do that again.
Oh, the passenger bodies.
This isn't freedom she's offering. That thing is not your way out.
You gotta trust her, Namako. Oh no. Oh. What the hell are they doing with all these people?
Stay away from me.
Oh god. She's not help, Namako. Oh god, yeah. Oh. Wow, that visual again, it freaks me out so much. That visual is just so mind-boggling. Angels, yeah. Oh, you can just traverse around. It's not like there's some kind of magnetic field of time displacement.
Nobody survives it twice.
Wait, what? Nobody survives it twice?
Can you walk in front of it? We can't see it.
Oh god, yep, your jacket. Your jacket. You are just one of the most... Oh! No one survives it twice! That's what happens, you get sent back once and it just fucking... It stonifies you twice. Whoa. Well, the little girl is just fucking unfazed by it.
Anything else that you've discovered?
Could Peggy...
We have to find a way back to 1967.
Oh god, I get weird feelings about Peggy and that with the other woman in the like 67 present day. I get weird feelings about them, but like they're somehow both connected. Yeah, because even the other woman that just watched those two get displaced by the angels, and now Peggy just watched them both get disintegrated and stuff. I feel like they're both connected somehow.
Surrender to the angels, Jericho.
Don't do it, Jericho. Stay strong. The doctor's coming back.
No intention of starting now.
Oh, that's so strong, man. Oh, damn. God damn, Jericho.
Stop right there. You are observed.
Oh,
And
damn.
that is my power over you.
Damn. Jericho's fighting back. Jericho versus the angels. Oh, no matter what you do, don't blink. Oh, God. Oh. This is on par with Blink. This is easily... Oh, my God, no. An image. The image of an angel.
They are everywhere, present and unseen.
But are they good or bad?
Division is unstoppable.
Are they good or bad?
Pretty good at stopping the unstoppable.
Because they use the fugitive doctor.
That's why I brought you here, Doctor.
They use the fugitive doctor, so they're good or bad?
You stop them, and I leave her.
Ah.
I let her live.
You let her live. What, you
Leave her first.
you kill her otherwise?
No. All Division. All
Oh.
of its history.
Oh, Division secrets.
Including you.
Including the doctor, the fugitive doctor.
I hold everything, including the memories that were taken from you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I brought you here, Doctor.
Ah, this angel has the
You
secrets.
protect me.
This angel holds all the secrets, but it could also be a ploy. It could also be a ploy. It could be lying.
Don't look away.
And don't blink. Good luck.
Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Might give you a little.
Reverse that polarity. Reverse it. Is the space here too?
Why is it night?
Space. Oh no, it's different night and day. Oh.
Maybe stay this side.
Yeah.
I
I remember the strange old woman, and I remember all that followed.
Are they the same person? Oh no,
I
they.
don't understand.
But you don't get back to 1967 for a long time.
That's her, isn't it?
Because I knew Peggy.
That's her. I knew they were connected. That's her. She's in the
In
future.
66 years' time.
Oh, made of stone. Whoa, is it one giant angel, or is it just made of angels?
They like to leave a few rare witnesses.
They're psychopaths. They're psychopathic. Oh god, that is psychopathic too. Yeah, just because they're cruel. They just want to leave a few witnesses to tell the greatest horror story of all time, or at least one of them.
Are they doing that deliberately?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to get you to blink or sneeze.
Yeah.
You can't sneeze
Or
with your
both,
eyes open.
just bleeze or slink.
I will...
Oh, glasses off too. Oh, he means it. He's serious. He means business. Professor Jericho means frickin' business. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, Jericho. Oh, he got sent back too.
Racia.
Don't risk it, Doctor. Doctor? Is there not chasing her? Okay, that's...
You're not attacking.
She blinked. Wow, just nothing? What?
What are you waiting for?
Okay, that's extra psychopathic. The angels are out. Claire? Oh, they've got Claire. They've got the angel they wanted. They don't need to attack anymore. They've got the angel they wanted.
Says they're enjoying watching you work it out.
Oh, these angels are
What's going
fucking
Been
psychopaths.
communicating with them.
They're taking the village out of time,
They've taken out of time.
out of space.
So that's why it can get all freaky with space on the border, yeah.
My angel is saying no.
Come on, Angel, play fair just for once.
It's made a better trade because they'll take you instead.
They want the Doctor. You have got to be shitting me.
It hid in you. A human.
Oh, the Doctor's weak spot. Any helpless human.
Because the only thing Division wants more than my angel is you.
Yeah, they're a Division Angel Squadron. They do what the Division wants, and the Division wants the Doctor. Recall to Division. Oh, is she turning to stone, or is she... what? The Doctor's turning into a weeping angel! Oh, Doctor! Oh, the Doctor's turned into a weeping angel! Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, I was worried my audio went wrong. No, it's the episode. What's happened?
Maybe she saved my life. If you see her, tell her thank you.
Hurry up, Instant-Vee vendor. Oh, and I love you. I really love you.
Oh god, you two.
Coordinates.
Please find each other soon.
Oh, no, don't run away.
Oh god, well, at least I had time for I love yous, but the coordinates would have been really fucking useful. The coordinates would have been really useful.
I'm on my way.
Oh god, he's gonna get to her. He's gonna get to her. Oh, and now, yeah, resuming back with the credits again. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah. Is there another one? The audio still sounds off. Is there another one? I'm gonna quit it if there's any kind of next time scene, because I don't want to see any previews for next episode. Yeah, there's a next one. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch any of the next time previews, but damn. Oh boy, that was good. That was good. That, you know what, honestly, all in all, right, that might just be my favorite, alongside Blink, might just be one of my favorite Weeping Angel episodes in all of Doctor Who. That might just be. That was so good. That was solid. That was absolutely solid. Oh, yes, 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 and yes. Oh, that was such a good episode. That was such a good episode. Such a good Weeping Angel episode, easily, along with, I think, you know, thinking about it, I think along with Blink, the introductory episode, of course, easily one of my favorite ones. I mean, you know, the 11th Doctor ones, like the Angels Take Manhattan, that was pretty good too. That was pretty good too. But I mean, I honestly really haven't gone back to that to actually see how exactly I rank it, or how exactly I feel about it, besides from it being just emotionally, just, you know, draining and everything. But This one is definitely up there. This one is very easily up there. Just such a solid, oh god, just such a solid just a solid Weeping Angel episode alone. Just a solid Weeping Angel episode alone, and a great continuation of the whole Flux story. So that was really fun. So we had a kind of a squadron of angels. I mean, the division, like a bit more backstory on the division. I mean, a tiny bit more in how they work, but not necessarily who they are. Because I'm still struggling to actually kind of decipher whether or not they're good or bad. Like if they're a good organization like Shield, or if they're a bad organization like Hydra. But so far, or like the recent stuff we've uncovered now is that they exist to everyone and no one. They operate. They definitely operate in secret. They're like a secret. They're a secret organization, but then they also use everyone and everything they can. They use whatever methods they can to get their kind of missions and objectives completed and everything. So they even use Weeping Angels. They've used the Doctor. They used the fugitive Doctor way back when. They used her on a mission and her companions too. So they use them, but now they use Weeping Angels too. They use Weeping Angels to complete their mission. So. You know, I think maybe also just anyone who can work through time, because then the Doctor, you know, fugitive or not, the Doctor can still kind of work through time with the TARDIS and everything, and the Weeping Angels do their own thing. So I think I think the division. I think I'm still banking on them being like an actual Gallifreyan, possibly Time Lord thing too. Like maybe I think with the division, like given just how extensively they work and how large their asset library is, I'm guessing it's also like a Black Book kind of thing too. Like they work because of the fact that they work unseen and unnoticed by everyone else. That because that like they only kind of recruit or use, and like they maybe like I mean besides from those guards we've seen with the uniforms and the big guns, like those might be their only actual field recruits, but then anything else they want, anything else they can find, they use, like the Weeping Angels, and maybe they make deals with them too. So, because I think the Weeping Angels, I think the Weeping Angels are also inherently and canonically just kind of like, you know, creatures of time. They're just quantum beings. They're like, they don't really serve a higher purpose unless they're given a reason to, or unless they're kind of, you know, like negotiated with well enough. So, because, you know, like Weeping Angels are not known for being kind of, you know, scared or for being kind of, you know, lackluster in their methods of survival. Like they are one of the most terrifying creatures in all of Doctor Who kind of villain history. They you know, like the way they work, the way they move, they're damn near unbeatable. They're like apex predators almost. I think it's hard to imagine that the division would ever come across Weeping Angels in like a time of need or in a time of like kind of desire to work with other people or to work with other beings. So then to me, it feels like the division couldn't really get their hands on the Weeping Angels unless they made some kind of a deal with them, or unless they actually made them like an offer that they couldn't really refuse, or just kind of offered them kind of like an actual kind of like time kind of source to feed on once they complete their mission. So there's that, but there's that, so that's cool. So yeah, the angel inside Claire. So Claire, I mean, yeah, I'm still going with it. I'm still going that if she was a clairvoyant, I don't even care whether that's accurate or not. I mean it's kind of accurate, because she was having premonitions of things that would happen before they happened, so she was actually using extrasensory, you know, albeit at the hands of an angel being inside her, she was actually using extrasensory perception to actually, you know, foresee certain events before they would happen, actually predict them as they were going to happen. So it still makes her clairvoyant, and plus she is, you know, it still works. So, you know, she was Claire and she was a clairvoyant. I don't care. I am. You know, I'm probably gonna end up milking it for all it's worth, but I don't care. She's clairvoyant. She is Claire, and she is clairvoyant. So I don't come up with puns very often. When it comes to puns, I'm not the most creative person. You definitely want to go to Liam Duke for that. I'm actually curious to see his reaction to this too, because I think I want to see if he came up with that too. Because then if not, then I'm gonna feel that much more unique. But no, when it comes to puns, well, I think maybe probably even jokes in general. I'm not really the most kind of creative or on the spot. I'm not really much of like an on the spot kind of person. I mean, having come up with that, you know, it's just it just feels funny. So yeah, she was clairvoyant. So at some point it might get annoying. I apologize in advance for when it does, but yeah. So yeah, the angel hidden Claire, and I think but I mean, based on the ending too, I think that the Doctor kind of theorized that this is exactly what it kind of knew would happen, like it hiding in like some kind of it hiding in a human, and forcing it to become helpless, or forcing it to become more helpless than it actually was, would attract the Doctor, and then the Doctor's kind of soft spot is people who need help and humans who need help as well. So it's pretty much like a, you know, just like luring a moth to a flame like that. So then it knew what would happen. It knew that. And I think in the end it knew. I think because even when it made that deal, it was actually adamant that this is what would happen, and that it needed helping and it needed saving. But then by the end of it, when the Angels finally captured it, it was like, fine, no, the Doctor never agreed to my deal. It she kept on postponing, and she kept on kind of, you know, insisting that I leave before I was ready, or that I put myself in danger and stuff, and and she even managed to resist my deal for all this division knowledge. Then I think by the time it got captured, it just actually managed to barter a new deal of actually having the division. Because I think maybe even in that moment, like, well, would the Angels actually be with the entire Angel squadron being there, they were probably in some kind of communication with the division from wherever or whenever they were. So then they probably, like, in that moment actually managed to barter a new deal of, like, you know, okay, leave the Rogue Angel behind, but then actually bring the Doctor back, because then she's the one we need. She's the one that, you know, like we actually have bones to pick with, so then actually bring her back and everything. So that happened. So yeah, that Rogue Angel, I think also that concept too, because it's not the first time we've had a rogue villain. It's really not the first time we've actually had a rogue kind of villain. We've had Handles, the Cyberman. We've had Handles, the rogue Cyberman, like the lone Cyberman head. Like he was never even introduced with the body. He just had like one lone Cyberman head that was allied with the Doctor. We had Rusty. I think his name was Rusty, the good Dalek, the one good Dalek and everything. We had him. So we had him. I don't know if Strax would count as a rogue Sontaran, because I think to be fair, Rusty and Handles when like never started out as evil either. I think Rusty started out as conflicted and in need of needing help, and then by the end of it, he still kind of went down that path of actually being good and you know, like redeeming himself. Like Rusty and Handles like never really started off to be bad, but I think Strax, I can't remember if we actually ever saw him being evil and being villainous with the rest of the Sontarans, or if because he had like a typical Sontaran kind of, you know, aggression about him, but even then that was like only ever really funny. It wasn't ever really threatening or, you know, dangerous or anything. Like he was just kind of casually, like, it was just who he was as a Sontaran, but then he in the end he actually was helpful and kind of surprisingly wholesome and, you know, very efficient and stuff, and he was a part of the Paternoster gang because of that and everything. So I think, I guess, I don't know if we can actually count him as like probably count as him. I think we can possibly count him as a rogue Sontaran, like because of that, because of the fact that he's actually good and he's an ally and everything. But so there's him. So now we've had, now we ever so temporarily, we temporarily had our first rogue and possibly good kind of Weeping Angel. Like as soon as the Weeping Angel said, "I need your help, Doctor," as soon as they said that, I was just like, oh my god, wow, are we gonna have like another villain that actually needs the Doctor's help, or like another villain that actually, you know? And I think like the Weeping Angel saying, like, you know, it was being hunted and tracked by the other Weeping Angels, and it was rogue, and it needed the Doctor's help, and it took sanctuary inside a human too. And I think, like hearing that kind of dialogue actually made me think, like, oh wow, like, are we gonna get yet another like actual rogue or like possibly good like monster from the Doctor Who universe that's actually gonna end up being good, or gonna end up being like somewhat more kind of protagonistic or something? Like maybe it's actually not gonna be hurting people, or maybe it's actually gonna be innocent and stuff. And I think truth be told, I think there might still be potential for that, but I think based on the ending too, I think it's honestly just the Angel taking desperate measures. Like, you know, like had the Doctor taken that deal right there and then, I think it would have been more than happy to do whatever it needed. But then because the Doctor was still like actually incessant on telling it, like, you know, leave this human now, you have no right to be in her, you have no place being in her, so leave it now and stuff like that. But then the Angel was in need of assistance, like, you know, like it had all that knowledge, like it was pretty much like an encyclopedia of division knowledge. Like it had division knowledge and secrets, and it actually held the Doctor's memories and stuff. So it was actually the key to the Doctor discovering what her history, like what her exact history with the division was and everything. So yeah, I think that the Angel was the key. But then I think because of just how much it knew and because of what it possessed, it was also in that much more danger. So it needed a surefire escape plan. It needed that kind of, you know, that kind of guarantee that it would actually make it out safely and not be harmed by the others. But then by the end of it, the Angel itself, and I think, the Doctor even said like it must have been the Angel's plan all along to actually hide in like a human and to actually pass off some kind of innocent act. But then I don't know. I feel like I think like if there's one thing about the newer series I actually like is it is the fact that like on occasion you get actual good versions of like characters that we know to be monsters, of characters that we know to be monsters in this universe. Like we've had a good Dalek, we've had a good Cyberman, we've had a good Sontaran, a good Weeping Angel would be one hell of a twist, and it would actually be something really interesting to actually explore. So I think I'm still, part of me might still be holding out hope that angel isn't fully bad, but I guess we can only really wait and see. But I don't know, because I think again, I think I definitely get the vibes that it's like, it will take whatever kind of exit it can get. If it thinks it can survive by selling out the Doctor to the angels, then it may as well do that too, because then it asked for help and it gave her that offer of all that knowledge that she so craved, and then the Doctor never really gave off like a solid answer, so he didn't really know what to do. So yeah, but damn, a rogue angel, that is some good shit. That is some good shit. Because that New Deal, they actually came to an agreement on. The Division then recalled the Doctor. I thought it was going to be a teleportation thing. I thought it was going to be like a flashing blind light and everyone disappeared and the Doctor went with them, and then they would all be taken back to the Division. And then I thought the cliffhanger would be us actually. I thought the cliffhanger would be us seeing the companions actually watching the Doctor disappear, or maybe even us actually seeing the Division for the first time, actually seeing her being taken back there again. But no, recalling, I mean, that could still happen. It did, but it could still happen like directly after this too. Like, I think that may well be the way this happens. But I think now it's just like, the Doctor turns into a freaking Weeping Angel. I didn't know how far they would go when the stonification actually started happening. I didn't know how far it would go. I thought maybe like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like a Terrigenesis style husk, or maybe some kind of like something like that, like an actual stone thing forming over her, and she gets transported like a capsule or something. But no, it actually still like it's like if she was human and actually hit with a piece of diviner crystal, it actually turns her into stone. Actually, that part was okay. That's weird, but that's happening, so that's good. That's happening. But then the wings started forming, and I was like, oh my god, they're turning her into a Weeping Angel, and then her clothes and her skin and everything started turning to stone, and then she even went to the classic Weeping Angel kind of pose like this too. So they full on Weeping Angelized her. So yeah, the Doctor is now a Weeping Angel, and I think I think Weeping Angels themselves, I think based on the end of time, based on what we saw in the end of time, like even Razalon calling them the Weeping Angels of old, and even like that old Time Lord woman, actually, having her face like that. I think Weeping Angels, I think are meant to be like some offshoot Time Lord creations, or some kind of like Time Lord kind of like a part of Time Lord history in some way. I remember vaguely like reading about the history a bit somewhere, but I think I have to kind of double check on that information. But I think they are like a part of Time Lord history, or some kind of offshoot of like Time Lord experimentation or Time Lord creation or something. So I think because they're so connected to time too, because they are actually feeding on time, I think it makes sense. So then this is the first time seeing the Doctor turning into a Weeping Angel too, and she just she still gets to maintain her appearance. She still gets her coat turned into stone and her hair and everything, but then she still just does the hands in face kind of stance and everything. So she's been turned into a Weeping Angel. So I think after that might be them taking her back and teleporting her back to the thing, and maybe then she gets kind of unstonified or something. So oh boy, it's a wild ride. So yeah, the Doctor has been recalled by the Division, and this is what that means. So then I think the fact that not only does that Rogue Angel hold Division secrets, but then the fact that it I think the fact that it's being hunted for knowing those Division secrets, I think on the one hand it kind of shows the fact that it's like a security leak, like a security breach, or like a leak or something, like one member of the Division's kind of recruited kind of forces has escaped with Division knowledge. So I think in general I think it can maybe kind of be seen as a security leak. But then I think maybe like if it had less knowledge, but just knowledge in general, maybe knowledge on one or two things, maybe that would seem like more like a general kind of thing. But then this angel knows everything. Like it specifically said it, so it knows everything that it's ever done, everyone they've ever worked with, like all of the division's history, and it also holds information. I think I don't know if it holds memories specifically, but I think it holds information on everything that the Doctor did as part of the division's kind of roster, and exactly what memories are actually connecting the division to the Doctor and everything. So it holds everything that could actually, I think maybe in that sense it holds everything that could help the Doctor bring the division down. So I think because of that too, I think because of the fact that they actually sent like an entire Weeping Angels squadron, which is like a good couple of dozen angels too. I think it's not like 4 or 5 would be plenty. 4 or 5 would still be terrifying, because that's still that many angels that move just as quickly and can easily send you back in time. Like all of them could still be touching you in like a circle and they'd be sending you back in time. But this squadron was like over 2 dozen. This was over the like pretty much like 2 dozen, maybe just over 2 dozen. So that was like, and I think especially like, I think angels going after angels too, like again, they move faster than the naked eye can see. And I think, I mean, unless there are other organic alien life forms out there that can actually see or look at things faster than humans can, I think, I mean, angels are meant to be speedsters in that sense. Like angels are meant to be the fastest moving object beings in the entire universe. Like they're quantum beings because they're that much higher in existence, but then like because that like they also move faster than any kind of eye can see. So because of that, I think like angels going after angels too, it would be like watching speedsters run throughout the Speed Force too, like speedsters chasing other speedsters and stuff. It just happens all super fast and it goes down in circles and everything. So angels chasing after angels, happens that way. So I think that angel that we saw, I feel like that angel. I mean, I actually don't know if that same angel that we saw would have been the one in. I think because it must have happened before the first episode, because I think the first episode was where we first met Claire, and then even then, when she met the Doctor, she had actually had those premonitions, and she knew of her, and she even knew that she would meet her again in the past/future. So because of that, I think it had definitely happened before. But then I think the angel that actually captured her in her own like on her own front doorstep must have been the one trying to actually get to the angel inside her. But then she just got sent back in time and stuff. So then that happened. Because then that angel was still there too. So yeah. So then the angel inside Claire actually has like a fractured face too. I think it actually has like a fractured and cracked kind of face. So yeah. But yeah, back to the division. So I think again, like that information, and I think the kind of amount of knowledge that rogue angel possesses, and also like the type of the knowledge it has, I think it really makes me question whether or not the division could be an actual good thing or a bad thing. Like if they're actually like a really shady kind of deadly organization, or if they're actually something good, or maybe even something neutral. Like maybe I think, again, like with the division being the division, like I think if they operate in and out of time and space, then maybe they are still connected to the Gallifreyans, and maybe they're also like a division, like maybe similar to what's it called? Similar to I can't remember what they're called. Like that kind of, I haven't watched Umbrella. I think not only have I not finished Umbrella Academy season 2, as you can probably tell by the large absence of reactions from that. But I think I haven't watched it in a long time either. So I think I can't remember what they were called, like the organization, like that organization from the Umbrella Academy that actually sends people throughout time to make sure that things actually happen like a certain way, and like they actually kind of event correct time and everything. I wonder if the division could be that, like if they actually recruit angels, and if they actually recruit other beings and other people to actually complete their missions, but then the missions are actually making sure that things happen a certain way, or that things happen the way that they're meant to, and actually maintaining the flow of time. Maybe they're like the TVA. Maybe the division is like the TVA, actually sending agents throughout time and actually, like not necessarily capturing variants. I think the only variants they might get are like the rogue agents, like any rogue agents who run away with confidential division intel, like that angel. Maybe they would be the only variants. But then the division could be like the TVA, where they actually send the doc, like they worked with the future Doctor, and then they actually used her and her people to actually track down and capture the Ravagers and everything. So they could be them. But I think in general, like they could just recruit anyone and everyone they can, and anyone they're eligible to recruit, to actually send them out on missions to actually correct the course of time and make sure that things run properly, and then no one is where they shouldn't be, and that worlds don't get destroyed and everything. So the division could be like the TVA. So is there like some kind of mysterious Kang out there actually controlling everything and actually making sure that the time stream runs in accordance? Like maybe the Flux is a nexus. Maybe the Flux could be like the Flux is like an intentional nexus. The Flux is a very intentional nexus that opens up everything, and but in this case, it destroys everything. Like in this case, it actually destroys everything instead of actually opening things up and offering new possibilities. This one just ends everything. So yeah, god damn, that's a mind boggler. So like potentially a TVA for Gallifrey, potentially a TVA for Gallifrey. So yeah, or I think or maybe even like created by Time Lords, like created by Time Lords and or Gallifreyans, but then maybe. Because I mean, Gallifrey is still in like a pocket dimension of its own. I think from what I remember, from what I can remember, Gallifrey is still in its own pocket dimension. But then maybe for the sake of safety and security, the division itself it like exists exactly as the TVA does, and it actually exists in its own pocket dimension outside of time and space too. So maybe maybe that actually works that way too. So yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe, just maybe. And then yeah, we had Peggy, who I think the more time went on, I figured she had to be connected to that old lady in the present day in 67 somehow. So she was, because I think even I think both of them had had similar reactions of watching the old people disappear too, and I think that makes the Weeping Angels even deadlier too. I think like that whole death thing, like so like they send you back once. I think they only send you back once. Like they can get you more than once, but they only send you back once. So, like the first time they get you, they send you back, but then the second time they just kill you. They straight up just actually kind of turn you to stone, and then you crumble to pieces and everything. So I thought like for them it would be like I feel like maybe that would be too easy for them too, because then. Like if they could send you back continuously, then I think maybe it takes up energy too. Actually, I think actually take maybe for them actually sending someone back takes energy too. So that's why that's how they feed. So they spend energy sending someone back, but then they consume energy feeding on that and on all of that unlived time. So yeah, but then I think maybe actually continuously sending someone back, I think, that would keep them fed forever too. Like actually, I think either sending them back in one great big giant kind of stretch of time, or maybe sending them back periodically throughout time as well. But no, I think for them it's like I think they're also monsters. Like they are monsters and they are killers. And I think this episode proved that they're psychopaths. They literally said to Claire that it's because like they're just cruel, that they actually they're they're cruel, and that's why they actually left them alone after a while, and then actually decided to spare them, and then even saying that it was actually fun watching the Doctor work things out and stuff. Like they are psychopaths. They're like the Weeping Angels are psychopathic. Like they're not just hungry killers. They're not just consuming because they have to, but then they also actually turn like make a game out of it too. Like because they are essentially like hide and seek killers too. Like you have to keep looking at them. You can't blink. You can't look away. So like at any moment they're not observed by a living creature, then they can easily move. So I think then now they've actually managed to take some joy and take some kind of pride in it, actually priding themselves in their ability to kill, but then also actually trying to find some kind of fun behind it too. So I think they're just they're easily psychopaths. They're psychopaths. But yeah, watching both of their reactions, because I think it's in 67 that Peggy actually watches them disappear for the first time, and then she's completely unfazed by it. But then it's in, I think, 1901, back when they were sent back to it. It's in not 1901. Well, they sent back to it, I think, because they were in 1965. Where were they sent back to? Were they sent back to 1901? They can't have been. Wait, what? No, they can't have been sent back to 1901, because that would be forward. I think they were sent back. Oh no. Well, yeah. I don't know if they actually ever actually said any specific kind of Oh no, they could have been. Yeah, no, they could. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I'm stupid, and also just my mind is still my mind is firing off more thoughts than I'm actually saying right now. So I think they absolutely could have been sent back to 1901. Because 01 comes before 65, obviously. So, so then they were sent back to 1901. So that happened. Or 67 even, because I think 65 was when Claire was sent back, but then she spent 2 years in that time period, so then it was 67 by the time they got there, but the 1901 was the other time. So I think Or at least like I think well no I think she said it happened again in 1901, but I think thingy yeah no, thingy Claire not Claire Yaz and Dan they detected they kind of deciphered that they were actually in the early 20th century when they were sent back to where they were sent back. So yeah so where was I going with this? I had a point. So I think Peggy. Peggy. So I think she was sent back. She was sent back as a young girl, but then she actually still managed to make it back to 65 as an actual 66-year-old kind of woman. So that happens. So I think she was in like pretty much two timelines at once and everything, but then she was left alone afterwards and stuff. And I think it's because they were cruel. Like they actually like the weeping angels actually left her and Yaz and Dan and eventually Jericho as well alone because they were cruel. They wanted the witnesses to tell the story. They wanted that kind of horror factor to that whole encounter and to their story and their presence in Devon at the time. So they were left behind. But yeah, I think seeing the reactions from both the little girl and the older version of her actually just kind of sent chills down my spine, actually watching her be so unfazed. I think the first time it felt almost ominous, like, oh, she's actually a part of this, or she knows about this, or she's involved in this somehow. But then the second time it's like, the second time, again, the old guy especially, like the old man especially, he was just, I think he just like, he's not even a guy. I think saying that he deserves to die would be too far. But then it's like, when he does die, you're just unsurprised because again, he walks himself into the most kind of blatantly obvious and dangerous situations. Like he's that arrogant, he's that kind of self-absorbed, and he's that kind of arrogant, he's ignorant and everything. So he just believes that he knows best and everything. So in the end, in the end, he got himself killed. He didn't listen to the clearest, most concise instructions, and he got himself killed. And then his wife got killed with him too. So he was he was not really fit at all to go up against an angel like that, just being so ignorant and everything. And even once he found Peggy, he was just like constantly berating her, being like, "Oh, we've got a few words to have with you, little missy," and everything. So he was just not like he was clearly like a character that was not designed or not meant to last very long. So there's that whole thing. But then even then, actually watching them die, even watching them die as a little girl, she was just completely unfazed. Like, well, I warned you what would happen, and then you still refuse to listen to me. So this is exactly what happens when you actually don't listen to clear instructions and heed the clearest of warnings. So yeah. So she was kind of like a messenger almost. She was almost like a messenger traveling through time and actually watching all this stuff happen, like knowing exactly what would happen, actually being somewhat semi clairvoyant herself and everything. So there was that, and she was a future version of herself. Like she was literally a future version of herself. She went under Mrs. Hayward to actually kind of conceal her true identity, because then of course no one really believed that she is herself from the future or from the past or whatever. So she came up with a new identity, and I think she also was her own history teacher too. I think because I think Peggy mentioned like her history teacher and everything, but I don't know if she actually mentioned her name was Mrs. Hayward or something, but then she just still called future her Mrs. Hayward without realizing it was actually her. So I think maybe she actually did kind of create her own identity and everything, and then come back into the village that she was taken from as a little girl. So it's a hell of a trip for her. So that was nuts. And yeah, Jericho, Professor Eustachius Jericho. That is a hell of a name. Professor Eustachius Jericho as well. He was a badass in this. Like that one scene, like him versus the TV and him versus this. I was kind of like, because of him being a scientist, like part of me was kind of like scared, like and especially because like in moments of danger he would display more curiosity than fear, which the doctor did point out in like admiration, like, oh, even in 10 times of distress and danger, you still have the mind of a scientist, and you're still curious about what could be and what could be possible and everything. So I think because of that, like part of me was kind of weary and kind of cautious of him going down the mad scientist route and actually being willing to throw someone under the bus just in the name of science, or doing risky things in the name of science. But no, he was a good guy. He was a solid guy, solid character. Him taking down that TV, and even him actually yelling at the stairs, like, I can see you, I am observing you, that is my power over you. Dude was a badass. Jericho was an absolute badass. He held his ground. He was there for the Doctor and Claire. He held his ground. He defended them for as long as he could, and he might have blinked 1 or 2 times, but still, he's only human. You can't blame him. So he still stood his ground, and he still protected protected that basement to his last breath and then to his last moments and everything. So he got captured in the end. He did get captured in the end. He did get sent back in time. So I mean, because the companions got sent back in time too. Dan and Yaz got sent back in time too. So I think it's only natural that, you know, like eventually they find their way back, or the Doctor gets to them somehow, or something happens. But yeah, no. So yeah, but he got sent back in time too. But yeah, but no, he was great. Jericho was so good. He was such a great character, and just such a great ally for the Doctor to have in this too. Don't know if he was a real person. I'm actually really curious about that. Like I think the way the Doctor recognized him too. I think, well, no, I mean, I thought the Doctor recognized him, but then I think she just kind of like because like she said his name in shock, or she said his name in shock. So then I thought, oh, he must be could he possibly be like yet another like famous scientist from history or something? But then no, like it was just the fact that his name was as complex as Eustachius Jericho, and then her saying like, oh, it's like a triple score in Scrabble. So I think he was just like an actual original character and stuff. Created for the episode and everything, so that was good. So I think he was kind of conducting experiments. He was actually getting readings on Claire's mind, and actually helping her kind of understand all these premonitions and stuff she was having, and actually trying to help her understand what was going on. And he was a bit of he was a bit of a for lack of a better term, like a bit of a loner, like a bit of a hermit maybe, but mostly just like an isolated kind of independent kind of person. But then the angel kind of used that to mock him, being like, you know, oh, you're loveless, you have nobody in your life who loves you or who you love, you're childless and stuff. And I think neither of those are really kind of are really degrading or really kind of disadvantageous kind of things. Like you know, like I think it's like an obvious insult, but then neither of those are really kind of, you know, like bad things to have or be or anything. I mean, unless he, you know, specifically found those to be weak spots or like failures in his life. But then obviously again, the weeping angel trying to insult him still kind of tried to strike him where it would hurt. So he has spent his life kind of like by himself with his own experiments and with his own studies and everything. So there's that. But again, in that very same scene, he went to town on that TV and stopped the angel from manifesting, and then he actually went full on, just, you know, like actually asserting his dominance over the angels, even on the stairs too. Like, you know, I can see you. I am not closing my eyes for a second. Even the first time, he actually just he's whipped his glasses off, being like, you know, not only am I not filtering my glasses to give me proper vision, I'm gonna look at you with my naked eye. So, you know he means business. So yeah, that and the stair scene. Yeah, Jericho, he meant business this episode. Like, from the moment he was actually turned into an ally for the Doctor, he meant business. He actually meant business, and he would do whatever he could to stop the angels from getting to them and everything. So yeah, that was good. Dr. Eustachius Jericho, he was good. He was a good one. Oh, Professor Eustachius Jericho. Professor Eustachius Jericho. And then the really freaky stuff that actually got to me. Again, I mentioned it back in the reaction, I'll mention it again. I have had both nightmares and dreams. I think I've actually mentioned like some of this before, like those dreams / nightmares I've had where I'm actually standing at full size, like where I'm actually seemingly standing in space full size while the Earth is next to me and the moon is in the distance and the sun is in this, like, you know, like I'm standing as if I'm Galactus, or like, you know, or I mean, spoiler alert, if you've seen Eternals, and spoiler alert, then like that ending, like the ending for Eternals when Arishem is standing over the Earth and he collects the other the remaining Eternals on Earth. You know, like I've had like dreams where I'm standing like that, like obviously like not looking like Arishem or being like Arishem, but I think I've still had dreams where I'm actually standing like that, and it's actually freaked me out because I'm actually standing looking over the Earth, and it's still the size, the scale, the lack of context more than anything actually scares me. So I've had like freaky dreams like that, and I think they don't always scare me per se, but they always freak me out because of the sheer kind of, you know, because of for one thing the lack of context. But then I don't know what kind of context besides from some kind of like a setting for a Doctor Who episode could actually be applied for that. But either way, it's just like the fact that it's happening, the fact that I can actually I'm processing in that way actually freaks me out and everything. But even stuff like this where, like, you know, I could be walking down the street one day, but then the ground cracks away or breaks away, or like I come to some kind of like a stop, and I see that the world has broken away, but then space, like literal space and stars and galaxies are in the distance. I have had dreams exactly like that. It's like, it's like Chibnall must be reading my fucking mind or something, coming up with these kinds of environments and these kind of CG environments and everything. It's actually, that kind of stuff is actually insane. And even the way it's presented too, the fact that it's like, the fact that behind them the night sky or even the daylight is actually still intact, and the world behind them is intact, but then the world in front of them is slowly broken away, and like the sky and the gradient fades out, and then you see the stars and the space and stuff, and the ground is broken away, and if you step off, then you probably go floating off into space forever. So that kind of stuff is just freaky. It's so cool to look at because of that visual and the concept of that kind of a visual too, but then like to actually look at it, to actually visualize it, is actually just so seriously freaky, and it just sends chills down my spine, but at the same time it's like, oh god, it's actually so cool. So yeah, so I think because that was because the village itself had been taken out of time and space by the angels and actually locked into I think maybe like quantum locked into its own kind of space or dimension or something. So then because of that, it was like I think I don't know if it was because that, because I thought it would be something like the Flux. I thought it would be something like the Flux actually passing over the village itself, and actually because I think with the Flux it's meant to destroy everything there is. I think maybe even pocket dimensions might not be entirely safe. So then maybe even in a pocket dimension like that village can still be attacked and everything. So maybe the Flux was coming like but then maybe because it was a pocket dimension, the Flux had a harder time hitting it properly and actually vaporizing it completely. So then maybe the Flux was actually passing it over and over and over again, so then that's why the actual ground was crumbling away and actually kind of giving away and everything. So then because of that, it looked like that and everything. So I don't know, but the angels needed the angels knew that the rogue angel was in Claire, and that Claire was in that village in that time, so they need to get to her. So then they actually extracted the village out of time and space and put it in its own kind of little space in space and time, or even outside of space and time. So then there was that. So then that's why that was happening. But that visual, oh my god, that visual is just wow. I'm definitely gonna go back and be looking at that episode and be looking at that moment just to revisit the sheer chills that I got from that. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe everyone else handles it a bit better than I do, but I think the difference for me being like I've actually had visuals and stuff like that in my dreams, because I swear to God, sometimes I dream the freakiest and most spontaneous kind of stuff, and honestly, like sometimes it doesn't even make sense to me, and I just again, my mind is a weird place when I'm awake. When I'm asleep, my mind is just even more trippy. So but no, so yes, and that was happening, so that's why the world was crumbling away. So then quantum extraction, that was quantum, I think maybe that was like one part or one aspect of quantum extraction, so that was a thing that happened, definitely a thing that happened. And then we also had the stuff with Namako. I can't for the life of me remember his full name. There were like sort of like three other like names in his name, but I think Namako is the one I wrote down. So there's that. But then he was on Pisano, which was I think originally meant to be Vinda and Belle's kind of honeymoon spot, but then it wasn't. And then their one honeymoon kind of like on their honeymoon they conceived their child. On their honeymoon, like they were in like their own independent kind of hotel cubicle on some planet and stuff, and it was the one night they got to spend together after they got married. So I think then they are married. Then I think they actually are married. So then they are actually married partners and everything. So yeah. So then like the one night in a hotel they got together, they spent that going into the next step of their lives and actually creating a baby, and now the baby's been conceived. So that's she's pregnant. So there's that. But yeah, so then Belle went back to Pisano, I think it was, and then she actually met up with Namako, who's played by Neil from The In-Betweeners. So I think Orphan 55, I think that definitely had to be last episode. I think that had to be last episode. So last season. That had to be last season. So there was that. So then he was in that. He was also Jay on The In-Betweeners. So I think we've had Jay, now we've had Neil. So it's good to see like faces I'm familiar with actually returning to TV and actually having these other kinds of roles that they're coming back for. So you know, it's good to see them kind of get, like getting up to different stuff too, because in between has ended like ages and ages ago. So yeah, I can't remember what his name is, but I think the actor for Jay actually does run his own Twitch channel too. Like he's like actual like a fairly popular Twitch streamer. So I think he has a Twitch channel called Completed It Mate, which is his iconic quote from the actual series. I think he actually does run like a fairly daily kind of Twitch channel. So I think he's still moved on to something equally great. So that's cool for him. But he's still acting because he came back with Doctor and everything. So this is the first time I've actually seen the actor for Neo in anything other than In-Betweeners. So. At least I think so. I think I vaguely remember seeing him in something else, but I'm not too sure. I shouldn't even know if he's actually showed up in this before, or if this is actually his first time. So I'm not sure. But either way, it's good to see him. And he was among many others seeking rescue and safe passage along with Passenger. And I mean he mentioned like someone who actually made it their mission to rescue all these people, but then in the end it was revealed to be Azure, and she came with a passenger body and stuff, and she promised all of them salvation and rescue and everything, at least like once you're within the transportation field. So the first 3 times Namako didn't manage to make it, but then he thought the 4th time was a charm. But then luckily for him, the 4th time Belle came along and actually recognized the passenger body as an actual passenger body, and actually managed to identify it as like not so much like an actual transport ship, but just instead like an endless prison where people are trapped in forever. So I think Swarm and Azure are probably just kind of coming by occasionally and actually collecting people and collecting prisoners for whatever reason. So there's that. So then she saves his life and actually dragging him away from the crowd and actually saving his life and everything. So then it's not until later on that he actually realizes that, oh yeah, she's saving my life, but still she does it. And then he still kind of takes time to actually wallow, or to wallow in that truth and to actually process that kind of information. And then she leaves. Then it's actually not until later that night that Vinder actually shows up and everything. So there's that. So yeah, that happened. But then by the end of it, Vinder shows up, and then I thought it was gonna. I mean, I didn't know exactly how that was gonna run. Like if it was gonna be something like he shows up before she did, or maybe kind of like Namako lies or something. But no. But he still he actually did tell Vinder that she had been there before, but then she left like a while ago and everything. So, but then she still left something in like the rock, like an actual transmission kind of device in the rock for him that actually showed up like a hologram thing. I was so confused for a second because I thought that was actually gonna be I thought that was actually gonna be I thought that was gonna be like a live transmission feed, like maybe he could actually talk to her through the Lupari communications thing or something. But no, it was actually like an actual recording and stuff, and she actually left behind a message for him. So that is their first time talking. Oh, that is his first time seeing her, I think, because she saw him when she was on the other planet before she traveled, but then this is his first time seeing her, probably since he left her and everything. So it's his first time seeing her, and then they kind of semi-exchanged words, but then they didn't get the coolness in. They did not get the coolness in, but they still got their I love yous in. So I think as long as those romantic declarations and stuff make it in, then I think it's all meant to be alright. It's all meant to be alright. But I think the timer or whatever on the message actually ran out before she could include coordinates. So now he's stuck just following the power of love and the trail of love and everything. So now hopefully soon he can find his way back to her and everything. So yeah, things are going as well as they can be for Belle and Vinder, as well as they actually can be. So yeah. But yeah, no, that cliffhanger, I can't get over how good. I think that might be one of my favourite cliffhangers of this season so far. That might easily be one of my favourite cliffhangers of the season so far. Just like an actual, like, I think, well, I honestly don't know if, I think, because I think it's very rare the cliffhanger that we get actually gives us the Doctor in such a dire situation. It's very rare that we get the Doctor in such a dire situation for a cliffhanger. It's even rarer for it to be as dire of a situation as this. Like, this really takes the cake. This really actually takes the cake. So I think this is just, this is, for a final season, Chibnall is going all the way out. He's going all out for this one. He's not holding anything back. So I think I love that. Like seeing a season as high tension and high staked and as dramatic as this. I love that. But it's really something special. I think actually seeing the Doctor this in this much danger, and seeing the companions still trapped back in 19 whatever with Jericho and young Peggy and everything, like they've got no TARDIS, they've got no way back. And even in the episode itself, Dan did actually question Diaz, like, like, are we ever actually gonna make it back? Like we've got no way of traveling through time, we've got no Doctor with us, we got nothing, we just got, torches from the future. That's pretty much it. But are we actually ever gonna make it back or make it home again? Like is this it for us? And now with the Doctor Weeping Angelified and back with the division again, I think it's gonna be a while before they can actually do anything to get back home and get back to safety again. So it's really not looking strong. It's really not looking strong for them. So it's not the brightest of futures ahead of them, so that is crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, that cliffhanger alone just has me so, like, literally, I thought the cliffhanger would come so much earlier, because I think there was actually another moment where the music dimmed down and the camera zoomed in and then froze for a second. So I thought, oh, now the music is going to kick in and then it's going to show the credits again. But no, we still kept going. So I thought, okay, wow, there's so much more to go. So, but now with this one, like that moment of the Doctor getting turned into a Weeping Angel felt appropriately and very, very aptly kind of cliffhanger material. So it made sense that they would actually use that one to do a cliffhanger instead. So that was very, very kind of very, very aptly placed and very, very well constructed. So very excited for next week. Needless to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Needless to say, I am very excited for next week and to see what they actually hold in store for us. So I can only imagine great things. I can really only imagine great things. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Very, very much looking forward to it. So yeah, but that was a great episode. That was a really fun episode. So that is pretty much all I've got for this one. All my initial thoughts after watching the episode, of course. So yeah, that was the Flux, the Doctor Who, the Flux episode 4, the Village of Angels, as it's so appropriately called. So that was cool. So yeah, thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you thought of the Angels returning, and how this ranks in your list of Weeping Angel episodes, and how you felt about the Flux, the kind of division and Weeping Angel story this time, and how you felt about it, and how you hope it moves forward, and what you hope to see and everything. If you have seen the previews, and no spoilers, I avoid the previews for a reason, so keep that in mind. And then the full-length reaction, of course, will be over on Patreon, so you can go check that out over there. And yeah, that is it. So I will see you next time.